Good morning, man. Hope you had a great weekend. Today is November 28th, and so we turn to Proverbs chapter 28 for God's daily dose of wisdom. As I went through Proverbs 28, verse 13, jumped off the page, and it reads like this: He who conceals his transgressions will not prosper, but he who confesses and forsakes them will find compassion. You know, when I read that, my mind immediately went to the New Testament in James in chapter 5, verse 16, that reads like this: Therefore, confess your sins to one another and pray for one another so that you may be healed. The effective prayer of a righteous man can accomplish much. Guys, I don't know about you, but it's been the case with me that whenever I've had some secret sin, the Lord always puts his finger right on it, you know, and he never lets up. He says, no, I want this. I want this. And it's not that he wants it because he wants to deny us. He wants it because he knows it's hindering us. There's another verse there in James, I don't think it's in James. Anyway, it says, let us forsake the sin that so easily entangles. It's true. It does easily entangle. This last Sunday at our church at Priest Lake, Pastor Wade encouraged us to pick up a stone. He had a bunch of colored rocks out there in the foyer, and there was a sign on the door that says, as you come in, just grab a stone, hang on to it, and we'll talk about it during the service. And it's a symbol of something that we need to give to the Lord. It could be anything. It could be pride. It could be a sin. It could be something that we've been holding on to, that we can't set down, that the Lord wants to take, because we know exactly, well, we may not know. That's one of the things we talked about, is pray about what it is that the Lord wants you to set down. And then we're going to have at the end of this process, we're going to have a big jar that's currently filled with broken glass, which represents the broken pieces of a previous exercise that the elders had gone through. Anyway, we're going to set that stone down after the Lord reveals to us what it is that we need to set down, and we're just going to put it in that glass jar as a representation of us setting it down. That's a tangible way of us to be able to talk to the Lord about what it is that's hindering us and what it is that we need to set down in this season. And so, guys, if you don't have somebody that is a trusted confidant that you can go to and say, hey, you know what? I'm struggling in this area. I really need some prayer. I really need some help in this particular area of my life. If you don't have somebody like that, I encourage you to find somebody, because we all need somebody who's going to love us no matter what kind of crap we're carrying around, and who's going to be able to tell us honestly what it is that, you know, maybe that we don't see in ourselves. Somebody that's going to bring up to us something that we need to work on, something that the Lord has quickened their heart to, that we're blind to. And this person, this confidant, this trusted friend is going to be someone who's going to be able to do that for us. We both need to have somebody who is further along in their spiritual journey. And older guys, this might be a younger man. I don't know. Don't think that it has to be an older person necessarily, although older people tend to have walked along this road a lot longer than we have, and so they have wisdom that we don't. But I would recommend that you have somebody who is more spiritually mature, that can be a mentor, that can be that trusted friend. And then at some point in your life, I pray that you become that person yourself, that you can then reach out to somebody else and be that trusted friend and spend some time with them and be able to, as the scriptures say, iron sharpens iron. We all have blind spots, guys. And we all need to be able to have a trusted friend to be able to come alongside of us and say, hey, you know what? Have you ever thought about this? And gently point out to us, but honestly point out to us some area that maybe we're deficient in, that the Lord is quickening their heart to help encourage us. What a wonderful God that we serve, that he would place people in our lives who would call us to a higher standard, who would love us in spite of all the junk that we're carrying around. That's the kind of God we serve. He places Jesus inside of us so that we can become his hands and feet for the others around us, not just in our church, but in our community as well. My brothers, I pray that you have an awesome day. My prayer for us today is, as we keep our hearts and minds focused on him, the author and perfecter of our faith, that we allow him to work through us to shine his light to this darkened world. I love you. Have a great day.